Okay, and we're recording. So welcome to the Monday, August 9th session of Kubernetes SIG Apps. There wasn't a lot on the agenda today, but I just wanted to hold it anyway in case anybody had anything that was critical for discussion. The only discussion topic we have is the controller revision endpoints.
Yes, that is from my side. I can go ahead with that unless you want to first touch on other things.
Well, there was, I guess Majek left. Okay, we can discuss this.
All right. If you click on the link for controller revision, you'll see basically all the apps endpoints have conformance tests now by the end of 1.22. So we're very excited about that. I think we moved it in 3 releases from 30 something all the way up to 88% coverage, which is fantastic. So only things left is controller revision, 7 endpoints. We plan to do those endpoints in 1.23. If there is any thoughts on it, if you scroll down a little, you'll see the, yes, that's the pie chart, and the white bit is the only bit that's not covered yet. So if you mouse over the white bits inside the sunburst, that's the endpoints that still need tests. So all the other endpoints or have E2E tests and conformance tests. So it's only those 7 that need coverage. So we did start, one of our test writers did start looking at the endpoints. And if there's any thoughts, any ideas, we would like to make a life cycle test, testing all of them at once in one single run. But whoever knows about the endpoints, we will appreciate your thoughts and what you think about the way it should be tested, because ultimately we're going to write the test, bring it back to you, and you have to say yay or nay whether it's going to hit conformance or not. So we'll appreciate some information from your side.
I think the difficult portion with controller revision is that it's only used for rollback detection in daemon set and staple set. Deployment uses replica sets for largely the same purpose, right? So I get what would you consider to be conformance? Like, I mean, the use of the APIs for creation and retrieval are, and update for that matter, are already exercised inside of the stateful set and daemon set controller. They may not be marked as conformance, but that would be like the life cycle that we would test that we care about from the perspective of the built-in controllers. With respect to just testing the APIs themselves, excuse me for one moment. Sorry about that. If you wanted to do something else, as in terms of like just create a controller revision and walk through all of the endpoints, I don't think that would be, I mean, a bad idea if we think that's what conformance means. I don't know if it proves that, like, from the other side, the conformance test for stateful set and daemon set are going to prove that you've implemented the API correctly in terms of your cluster already, and that's the part that personally I really care about. So if we wanted to do something and call it conformance just to exercise the API directly, I'm not opposed to it.
Okay, so just a direct exercise, so we don't have to do the, because there is already some bits and pieces inside, I think, daemon set that we looked at where somebody touched on controller revision inside the daemon set folder or the Go file for daemon set. So what we could do is then, how would you propose pull that out of the file, create its own file specifically for daemon set, for controller revision, run it there?
Hold on. So basically what happened in the past, and what I've noticed is the API testing that we've been adding, and I added similar to cron job when GAing those, there is a separate test that tests all of the operations against any particular API, coming from creation through update, through deletion, through listing, collections, deleting collections, and similar, such that at some point in time, it can be marked as the entire suit as a conformance. That's what we've been doing. And I've been meaning to, and I just ran out of time over the past couple of weeks. That's what we've been doing also for other, Ryan and Hippie Hacker, who's helping him, they were adding some coverage for the APIs, but at the end goal that I would want to see, and what I've noticed other SIGs also applying, is you basically have a single task that just stress test all of the possible API endpoints. And that's what I would probably go with this one as well.
Yeah, that's what in our, I don't know, it's a community thing, but that's what we call a lifecycle test, where you run all the tests, as all the operations in one single test. So would you propose that we create because Daemon set got its own file, Stateful set got its own file, would you say we create a controller revision file just exercising that API? Or would we have a that run inside, for instance, Daemon set? Which way would you prefer it to run?
Separately, entirely separate from Daemon sets or any other. It should be, it should be only for testing the API and nothing else.
All right. So that goes into it. So we create a new file that goes in there. And then just a comment.
I'm not sure if you need separate folder because we already have everything under SIG Apps. Not sure if we have subfolders. No, we don't have any subfolders per workload type. So it would go all into task SIG Apps directory already as is.
So go into apps directory. So
he's saying you would create a controller revision directory or something like that.
No, just controller revision file inside of that directory.
Yeah, that's where I would
that's the way I was thinking. So we've got, for every resource inside apps, we've got every resource. So we just create another Go file that says controller revision.go, and we run the test inside there.
Yeah, and I will only have the test for a single test for the API for controller revision. And I think that will be sufficient. It'll be also easier for everyone to understand that this is testing the API only. There's no, it's not looking at the end state or whatever. It just exercises the API. That's it.
Okay. At the end of the day, we're doing this work for SIG Apps, and you are our customer, so you tell us the way you want it. So what we'll do is we'll start on that. We're just busy hacking real hard at a proxy thing that we try to get in this release as well. As soon as we're ready with that, we will do controller revision. And so that you don't have to attend the conformance meeting, we will either attend this or we'll do async. You'll appreciate if we can get some async feedback if we ping you directly or in the channel. Give your thoughts, and we're more than happy to adjust to try and get it done. Controller revisions seem to be fairly simple operations. Where we worked previously, there was operations where you have status. And from the conformance group, they had very specific ideas how status needs to be tested. That's why many of the tests have several tests doing different things. And status is one of those things that they want totally separately tested, but the controller revision doesn't have status. So I'm looking forward to get that all in one test and get your feedback on that. Thank you for your feedback. I appreciate it.
All right. That was the only item. Does anyone have anything else they'd like to discuss? Okay. If not, everyone can have 45 minutes of their time back, 43. Thank you so much for attending, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Thank you very much.
Thank you all. Bye-bye.
Cheers.